Hello everyone. Today we will be doing this chapter of class 9, which is finding compound interest without using formula. There are two topics, one in which you have to use formula, and in one topic you have to find compound interest without using formula. Before we go to the questions, we'll understand the concept. What is the interest, what is the type of interest, and what is the compound interest. तो सबसे पहले हम जानेंगे सिंपल इंटरेस्ट. हम सबको पता है कि एक फार्मूला हमने पिछली क्लासेस में किया है कि पी आर टी अपॉन 100 सिंपल इंटरेस्ट का फार्मूला होता है. हिंदी में सिंपल इंटरेस्ट को साधारण ब्याज कहते हैं. इसी कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट को हिंदी में चक्रवृद्धि ब्याज कहते हैं. So we don't have a particular formula for compound interest, but we have formula for to find amount by using of compound interest by using this formula, which is P bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power time, and then we can find we can find compound interest by using by subtracting principal from this amount, whatever amount you will get from this formula. Now we will understand this. Now we will learn how simple interest works and how compound interest works. Now see, मान लीजिए कि आप किसी से 100 रुपये आप किसी को लेंट करते हैं और आप कहते हैं कि रेट में 10% लूँगा. इट मीन्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू कीप दिस इन माइंड. जब भी आप परसेंटेज में कोई चीज़ बोलते हैं तो इसका मतलब परसेंटेज में वो चीज़ कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज़ नहीं है, बट किसी ना किसी चीज़ पे वो परसेंटेज लग रहा होगा. सो we can calculate simple interest for the first year by finding 10% of 100, or you can use this formula PRT upon 100, same thing, but I'll do with this so that you can understand the concept better. अगर आप 10% ऑफ 100 निकालेंगे तो आपका पहले साल का सिंपल इंटरेस्ट निकल जाएगा, विच इज़ 10 रुपीज़, है ना. एंड द फॉर सेकेंड ईयर अगेन वी विल कैलकुलेट द सेम 10% ऑन 100 रुपीज़, 10% ऑफ 10% of 100, and then same again 10 rupees, same like this will find of third year, and the total interest becomes 30 rupees. How total interest came? जब मैंने तीनों सालों का इंटरेस्ट ऐड कर लिया. इसी तरह टोटल अमाउंट जो कि प्रिंसिपल प्लस जो आपका इंटरेस्ट बना है उससे बनी है, वो क्या बना आपका 130 रुपीज़. अब देखेंगे कि कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट कैसे वर्क करता है. Now we'll see how compound interest works. First of all, we should know that compound interest is always calculated on amount of the last year, not on the principal like SI. SI we were calculating on the initial principal whatever we have taken or given, but in the case of compound interest we always calculate it on the amount of previous year. Like we'll see over here, लेट्स से सेम थिंग, द प्रिंसिपल इज़ 100 रुपीज़. अगेन आपको किसी ने दिया है या आपने किसी से लिया है या आपने किसी को दिया है 100 रुपीज़, एंड द रेट इज़ द सेम 10%. नाउ फॉर द फर्स्ट ईयर वी विल कैलकुलेट 10% ऑफ 100 का 10% निकालेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा 10 रुपीज़ हमारा इंटरेस्ट आ जाएगा, एंड द अमाउंट विल बी द 110 रुपीज़. अब आप देखेंगे कि फर्स्ट ईयर का CI एंड SI दोनों सेम है. नाउ बट फ्रॉम हेयर we will see the difference. अगर हम compound interest for second year निकालते हैं then we will calculate 10% of 110, not 100, 110. We will find 10% of 110, which is 11 rupees. Now why I am not using formula PRT upon 100? You can even use the PRT upon 100, but to teach you the concept better I am using 10% of 100. Now we are doing 10% of 110. Now what is the 110? It's the amount of previous year. Now what is the interest for this year is 11 rupees. Now for the third year, if we'll see what happens, now this amount for the second year amount became 110 was the principal for second year, although it was the amount of first year, but we will take it as a principal for the next year. The principal was 110, then we got 11 rupees the interest, and then it becomes 121. The total amount becomes 121. Now we'll calculate compound interest for third year. Again, now I'm telling you again, we will calculate 10% of 121, not on 100, not on 110, but on 121, which is the amount of last year. You have to keep in mind every time you find compound interest, you'll take the amount of last year as a principal for next year. So again, I'm telling you, you can even use the formula again and again. I'm telling you, you can use the formula PRT upon 100 or PR upon 100 into T. Why I'm saying R upon 100? Because rate is always in percent, and you can write, you can understand from this that how formula came, how it become formula like P into R upon 100, which is the formula. Again I'm doing this thing, P into R upon 100 into time is 1, so I'm not writing 1. It's the same thing. And the total interest of 3 year become is calculated is 33.1, and the amount for 3 years is 133.1 rupees. Now if you'll some of you will say कि why will give 100 rupees on compound interest, not in simple interest. If you want to give some rupees, so if I will give, I will always give on compound interest so that I can earn 3 rupees, 3.1 rupees extra. But let's say it's not 100 rupees, it's 100 crore or 1000 crores. The big firms, big companies, big business persons, they always give this money, 100 crore, 1000 crore. So 3 crore or 30 crore is not less interest earned on something. So always giving compound interest is the beneficial. Now before we go to questions, I'll give you a little more this chart I have made. You will learn this some basics of this same concept again. So this chart I will be explaining now. This thing will work. You will get benefit of this thing in the coming questions, or if you will not understand it, it's okay, just listen this thing. Suppose we give a principal P to someone, and I calculate, or you calculate, or we calculate I as the interest for फर्स्ट ईयर. तो यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे कि दोनों साल के लिए एस आई एंड सी आई इज द सेम, which is I. And but for the second year, if we'll see for the second year, we'll calculate this interest, simple interest on the principal is I, but the compound interest for the second year is I plus I1. Now what is this I1? This I1 is interest on I. See over here I've written that I1 is the interest on I. सेम थिंग हैपन्स व्हेन वी गिव 100 रुपीज़. तो पिछली बार हमने क्या किया था, 110 पे कैलकुलेट किया था. इसका मतलब हम 100 पे तो इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं, उस 10 पे भी इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पे मैंने प्रिंसिपल पे आई इंटरेस्ट मिला मुझे फॉर द सेकेंड ईयर, एंड इस आई जो 10 रुपीज़ था उस पर भी एक इंटरेस्ट मिला, दैट इज I1. And if we will add this thing, the interest of not second year but 2 years, 2 सालों का इंटरेस्ट अगर मैं देखूं तो सिंपल इंटरेस्ट 2i बन जाता है, जबकि कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट 2i प्लस I1 बनता है. इसका मतलब ये I1 कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में एक्स्ट्रा आ रहा है. सेम फॉर थर्ड ईयर, यू कैन सी दिस. थर्ड ईयर का भी अगर सिंपल इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो अगेन आई बनेगा. इट मीन्स द सिंपल इंटरेस्ट फॉर एवरी ईयर इज द सेम, है ना. बट फॉर कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट वी विल गेट दिस आई on the principal, I1 on I, and then I2 on this I1. So I2 is the interest on I1. And here I have done the addition of 3 years. See, always remember this thing. 2 years is different thing and second year is different thing. Third year is different thing and 3 years is different thing. Now on the same concept I will be doing some questions. Here I have written this question, which is find the compound interest to the nearest rupee on rupees 7500 for 2 years, 4 months at 12% per annum. If you want to solve it, you can pause the video and then you can go and solve it. So here, before I do before you do any question, we will do any question. First, we will write what is the given thing. So here I have principal. Rate is 12%. I told you rate is something which is calculated on principal. And time is 2 year 4 months. So SI will calculate compound interest by using formula of SI. So SI for the first year is P which is 7500, rate R upon 100, 12 upon 100 into time which is 1 year. So I have calculated this interest 900 rupees on the principal 7500 rupees. Now for this second year I will calculate the interest again, but for this year I will not take 7500 as a principal, but I will take this amount as a principal. सेकेंड ईयर के लिए मैं फर्स्ट ईयर की अमाउंट को प्रिंसिपल की तरह यूज करूंगा. या मैंने 8400 लिया, देन अगेन आई यूज्ड फार्मूला, एंड by cutting this 0 0 from 80 these two 0 and multiplying 84 into 12, I got 1008 rupees. So for the second year the interest is this 1008. Now again I will calculate amount. Why I am calculating amount every time? So that I can use this amount for calculating interest for the next year or month, whatever it is. So now 2 years interest for 2 years I have calculated, only 4 months left. Now I'll calculate interest for 4 months. So interest on 4 months. First I'll convert this 4 month into year. You all know I will divide 4 by 12 and then it become 1 by 3 year. Again I used formula, but in the place of year I used 1 by 3. And after solving this I got this. After solving this 9408, I got rupees 376.32 rupees. Understood? Now if I'll calculate total amount, if you have to calculate total interest, so you'll add interest of first year, second year or third year, or there is one more thing, you calculate all the amount of first year, whatever principal plus interest on the third year. So it is total amount. And if I have to find interest, मेरे को सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट निकालना है, तो मैं क्या करूँगा, इस पूरे अमाउंट से जो भी अमाउंट मेरे को मिल चुका है लास्ट में, उसमें से जो स्टार्टिंग का प्रिंसिपल है वो माइनस कर दूंगा. ये मैंने किया. ठीक है. और आप एक और चीज़ कर सकते हैं, या 3 साल का इंटरेस्ट जोड़ ले तो भी टोटल इंटरेस्ट आ जाएगा, इससे भी टोटल इंटरेस्ट आ जाएगा. तो आपको पता लगा इंटरेस्ट कैसे निकला है ना. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट और कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में आपको फ़र्क पता लग रहा है कि आपको बहुत सारा फ़र्क पड़ता है. अब नाउ वी विल डू द सेकेंड क्वेश्चन the same. This is the second question. A person invests rupees 10,000. A person can be any person. Suppose you are that person जो आप 10,000 रुपए invest कर रहे हैं. For 2 years you are investing at certain rate of interest. Now you don't know the rate. They told you certain. It means they are not telling you the rate. You have to find rate. You got the question. Now compounded annually, interest is compounded annually. हर साल का interest compound हो रहा है. At the end of 1 year, the sum amounts to rupees 11,200. Calculate the rate. Second, the amount at the end of second year. आपको दो चीज़ें calculate करनी है. Now, those who want to do the question again can pause the video and can do the question. First, they can do the question and then they can see my solution. Now let's see. Here again we will write what is given. Always write given. Principal is 10,000. Time rate I have to find, so I have applied the question mark. Amount is 11,200. Now we all know this formula, amount is equals to principal plus interest. And for interest we all know the formula, P into R into T. So from this I got interest, which is putting 10,000 into R upon 100 into 1. So I got 100 R. तो मुझे यहाँ से interest पता लग गया कि 100 R है. And this amount वाली equation I have given the first equation. And now I will put this I in this equation. So I put it this I, which is 100 R in this equation, and other things I have put it like the same. Amount I have, so अमाउंट मैंने लिख दिया 11,200, प्रिंसिपल मेरे पास 10,000 है, और इंटरेस्ट जो कि इंटरेस्ट और रेट का मुझे रिलेशन मिला था, हमेशा रिलेशन क्रिएट कीजिए, एंड देन I have put it over here, and from this I find the R. So you understood, first I have created relation between interest and the rate, and then I have put it this R over there. Now we'll do third question. So यहाँ से मेरा रेट निकल गया है, R is equals to 12% per annum. Now third question is this, you can attempt the same question if you want to. The difference between the compound interest and the simple interest on a certain sum at 10% per annum for 2 years is rupees 52. Find the sum. अब आप वो जो चार्ट है जो मैंने बनवाया था, वो टेबल, उसको याद कीजिए. मैंने आपको इससे दोबारा से मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ वो चार्ट, एक बार हम दोबारा देख लेते हैं. इस क्वेश्चन में ये कह रहा है कि दोनों ईयर का सिंपल इंटरेस्ट और कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का डिफरेंस क्या है, 52 रुपीज है. अब इस चार्ट को दोबारा देखेंगे, इस चार्ट को दोबारा देखेंगे तो 2 इयर्स का जो सिंपल इंटरेस्ट 2i बन रहा था, 2 इयर्स का सिंपल इंटरेस्ट 2i बन रहा था, जबकि कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट 2i प्लस i1 बन रहा था, है ना. नाउ सेम थिंग वी विल डू इन दिस क्वेश्चन. फर्स्ट वी विल राइट द गिवन थिंग. गिवन इज रेट 10% पर एनम एंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सी आई एंड एस आई, और हमेशा ध्यान रखिए सी आई हमेशा ज़्यादा होगा एस आई से, इज 52 and time is 2 year. So SI for 2 year, we all know from that chart. Even you can solve this question by taking 100 as a principal. आप 100 principal मान के भी इसको कर सकते हैं, but because I have told you this chart, I will do it simply. So how can I find this? I know these all things are given. So simple interest for 2 years is 2i from that chart, and compound interest for 2 years is 2i plus i1. So i1 is the interest on this I. Now 2 years, please keep in mind it's not second year, it's 2 years. So this I1 is interest on the I. Ci minus Si is equals to this only 2i minus 2i plus I1 minus 2i. So what I left with this I, which is 52. Now I understood this 52 is interest on interest. Now this I1, we all know this I1 is interest on the sum interest. जो पहले प्रिंसिपल पे जो इंटरेस्ट बना था उस पे एक और इंटरेस्ट बना जो I1 है. तो इस I1 को जो कि 52 रुपीज़ है, उसको मैंने इक्वल रखा I which is principal for this interest into 10 upon 100 which is rate into time. And then from this I got the value by solving it 520. So from this I got interest 520. Therefore again I got I, then I can find principal putting in the same formula. You can do the same question by taking I as principal as 100, but it will take a little more time and the question will be a little complicated. This is the trick of doing this question easily. Thank you and signing out. I hope you understood this concept. Thanks for watching the video.